Hi, Stitchy friends. Welcome. You've reached Stitching Bunnies, Flosstube number 12, I believe. This is Tuesday, October 10th, and it's a beautiful sunshiny day, kind of, in South Central Wisconsin. I'm in Madison now, so um, pretty day, kind of. Clouds move in and then they move out, so we kind of have that half and half cloudy and sunshiny days. So you might see some change in the light and uh, colors here, but we hope everything works out okay. I would like to take a few minutes, if you don't mind, first to do a personal update. If you've watched my videos from the beginning, I think one of the first or second videos I mentioned my husband's best friend, Sal, of over 40 years. And they've been buddies and, shared so many things together, so many adventures. We're just like brothers. And in fact, Sal always said that they were brothers from another mother because they were just so much alike. They had the same interests and just two best buddies. Anyway, I know I mentioned in one of the first or second videos that Sal had become gravely ill. They didn't quite know what was getting him. He was losing all of his movement, little by little, different extremities where he was starting to lose function of, and that was 6 months ago, and now, this has been about a year full circle, and Sal passed away a week ago, Saturday, on September 30th, by his own decision. He asked to be taken off of the life support machines to end his life, at least his earthly life, and give all of his friends and family some relief from watching him suffer these past 12 months. Since Rob and I weren't able to be there for the funeral, I wanted to take a couple of minutes and say my own goodbye to him. I think this will, if I know Sal, he's, got his smartphone and, checking videos. And the other thing would be a music video, but I can't sing. So at least that way I knew he'd see it. But at any rate, I hope this reaches him. I want to thank him for the 40 wonderful years he gave my husband as a best friend, and the 30 that he gave me after I came into the picture. He turned out to be one of my best friends. The boys had so much in common, and they would kind of switch off, visiting each other. Sal was at our homes several times, and a pleasure house guest every time. Just, got to know him better and better, and he was truly missed. He was just a wonderful person. So I'd like to say my farewell to him. Rest in peace, Salvi. We're going to miss you forever, bud, but we'll see each other again someday. Salvi out. Thank you for letting me do that. I appreciate it. Time to get into what you're all here for, which is the cross stitch. Since it's been about 3.5 weeks, I do have quite a few things to show you that have accumulated. So let's get to that first. Why don't we do the whips, or the finishes first, because I actually have some finishes. Usually I could just skip that part, but I do have a couple of small finishes. This was a new start and a finish since we saw each other last. This is called Haunted Hounds. And it's a freebie that was on the Blue Flower website. Move this up a little bit. You can see that, trick-or-treating hounds. The one in the middle, of course, is my Rosie, the ringleader. We just got back from spending about 45 minutes at dog park with her. And she is just a crazy dog at dog park. This is about the 4th time my husband's taken her. Just starting last week, he wasn't sure how she'd react. So he did take her one weekday, took her over there since there, wouldn't be hopefully too many dogs. And she was just fantastic. She just loved it and just played and ran and chased doggies, and they chased her, and she go up to people and let her pet her, and it just had a wonderful time. And I hadn't been able to go with them. So this morning I got up with them and early and got dressed and braved the cool weather and went to dog park with them. And it was just such a fun time just to see. She was smiling from doggy ear to doggy ear, just having a blast. So we took her to afterwards, after she tired herself out completely. We headed back home and stopped at Starbucks to get her a pup cup because she was such a good girl. So now she's fast asleep up on the couch upstairs and being very quiet so Mom can do her video. I don't think we'll hear a peep out of her the whole time that this is running. So then I have another finish, which is, this is by Running with Needles and Scissors. May the needles rest in peace. Number 1, it's Evelyn Eyelet. And she is going to be, I believe, is one of the first one of a series that she'll be having that are tombstones. This is our sampler stitcher, and proving that our works will live on, whether in Goodwill or a museum. Needless to say, it really won't matter. But if we can leave something behind to let people know that we were here and what our love was, that's all I can ask for. So that's Evelyn Eyelet. That's the chart. And I was stitched her on a 40 count mystery linen that's almost more of a lavender than gray, but I didn't have a gray. And I wanted to start her and get her done for Halloween. So I used a Dinky Dye silk that's like was a gray, black, variegated color, and that I had, for another project, and just used that. And I think she turned out really cute. So while I was at Dollar Tree, I found a flat wood pumpkin for the little doggies that I'm going to mount on there. And I also found a tombstone, a little wood tombstone that she's going to wind up on. So I'm hoping that before my next recording, I'll get to FFO both of those, and you'll get to see some actual finishes from me. We'll see. We'll see. I have high hopes. I think I can do it. Then I have one whip. I have several going. I have several current ones going, but I also have an ancient whip of mine, as I like to refer to it. If you have watched my previous videos, especially the last couple, you'll know that I came across quite a few ancient whips that I had stored in my old house. And when we moved, I just packed up everything, brought it here. And as I was unpacking those things, deciding whether or not to keep them, I came across all these whips and realized that the vast majority of them I still loved and I still wanted to finish. So I bought myself a separate little journal for the ancient whips. And I went through every one of them and gathered, any of the, the chart was in with most of them. A lot of them had the floss in with them. So whatever I had, I put in separate project bags. I wrote down all the information that I had, as much as I had, if I could find a start date or what type of linen it was stitched on. I didn't keep records back, when most of these were started. So as much as I could gather, I put in the new journal, and will add anything, when I picked it up again, now the date, and when I finally finished it. And I'm thinking that, I've already finished one that was a Blackbird Halloween design that only had one single little row on the very bottom that I already had, blocked in with the border. And all I had to do was stitch, I think it was like 5 or 7 little motifs across the bottom. That's all I had to do. And, I stopped for whatever reason. So I did finish that one month and a half ago. That was my first finish out of the Ancients. And this was the second one I picked up because I had a very good portion of this done. And it was for autumn. So it was kind of, let's pick up this one next. So that's what it is. It's Autumn at Hawkrun Hollow. And this is the chart. It's been out for quite a while. So I'm sure, let's see, 2010, which is probably right around when I started it. At least that's what I'm assuming. It's being done in all the called for MPI silks, which is just, it's just a pleasure to work with those. And they were all packed away with the project, with the linen, and all. I don't have what linen it was stitched on. It was a 40 count, but I didn't keep good records of, name or anything that, what linen it was. But anyway, let me show you. This is what I have. This is what I've done. If I can kind of just show you what I have. This was entirely stitched. We start, this, I always stop at the top and work down. So I had gotten down to these two, and this one was half finished. So when I picked it up again now, I finished this one, put this block totally in, put the witch in totally, and did the tombstones totally. And now I'm on block 11. That's Tom. It's a big turkey. Oops, I'm sorry. Let me show you this again. I've got my coffee cup sitting here, so I'm trying not to spill. There's the Tom turkey, block number 11. And then there's just the one more, and that's like a Thanksgiving gathering dinner type block. So I'm looking forward to that. Now this one, wanted to show you the yesterday morning, I had planned on filming. I had started filming, I should say, and had all kinds of issues with my recording device shutting off. And anyway, we hope we have the issue taken care of now, but I can't be sure. So that's what I did yesterday morning when I was frustrated in between, the takes of trying to record this. And I put in that ear of Indian corn. Just beautiful. There's like 8 colors in that husk of corn, and there's 3 more of them to put in that kind of frame the turkey. But it actually it wasn't, like the dreaded, confetti type stitching. It was fun to see it come together, and it wasn't bad at all, really, to stitch. So I got 3 more of those to put in, and then Tom turkey, and there's a couple little, bling blings down on the bottom to fill in. So that one's moving along, and I'm thinking, I know I won't have it done for Halloween, but I'd really like to have this one done for Thanksgiving. So we'll see. Kind of keep me honest here and encourage me to finish this one up. And the current ones I'm working on, my current whips, they'll still be there, and I will get back to them. I'm just enjoying this one so much, so it's getting a lot of my time. So those are my current whips. I think what we need to do next is stash, because it's been 3.5 weeks, and you know how I am. Stash accumulation is my life. When I'm not stitching, I'm playing with my patterns or organizing my stitching room, or, going through my linens or whatever. So I do keep adding to my stash. So let me move this aside. Just give me one moment to get this out of my way. Okay, there isn't a convenient spot to do that. But the one thing I'd like to show you first just arrived today. And I have to say I've been very envious, because I've been watching everybody on Flosstube and on Facebook and Instagram that they've been receiving this particular item. And they were all outside of the U.S., though. So I thought, okay, mine's coming. Chill out. It's closer to send something within Europe than it is to send it from Europe, to the U.S. So I knew it would be coming. And just as we got back from Dog Park and Starbucks today, I saw it sitting on my front porch. Well, I think that's it. That's it. And it is it. It's the red box. Words of Wisdom from Hands Across the Sea. And unfortunately, I don't know if it was here or there or whatever, they really smooshed my box, and it's kind of tattered at the corners. It just hurts my heart that it was treated so roughly in the travel. But it's here, and even though I will keep the box, obviously, it's nothing inside was damaged. So And I do want to, I know that I shouldn't be doing this. This is, a quick, I'll show you what's inside. Tease. I haven't opened it yet. So, I'm hoping you ladies in the U.S. here will be seeing yours too real soon. It was such a pleasure to see that come today. Now I have the big decision of how I'm going to open it. Do I wait? Is there a particular day I should open it? I don't know how long I can wait. But so we'll see. We'll keep you informed on that one. But I don't want to show any of the contents. If I do open it, I won't be showing the contents anytime soon because I know that there are a number of them that were going out, and I don't want to spoil anybody else's fun. I haven't seen the inside of anybody else's, and I want to keep it that way. So that's what we'll do. Okay, regular stash. Other than that wonderful piece. First, I have a couple of pieces of linen. I did get my monthly Bestitch Me and the Fox and Rabbit ones, but I just put those away already because I was working on straightening up my room. So I don't have those out. But these two I bought off, I believe, Stash Unload. And it's a new dyer to me, and I've been dying to try these. And they just happened to come up, and I saw these two beautiful colors, and I thought, yeah, these are for me. So these are from Grace Notes Fabrics. They're both 40 count linens, and this first one is Mint Chocolate Chip. And I think that this is just, I saw this color and said, oh yeah, I have to have it. That's pretty close. It is actually a mint green with the brown running through it. And that, it looks like it, this side especially is coming up kind of bluish, but it's not. It's a beautiful mint green. So I love that one. Then we have this pretty color, and it's Talia, I believe. Also a 40 count. And this is a real pretty coral. That's a real good representation of what it looks like, believe it or not. So I'm facing some windows, and it's off and on cloudy and sunny here, so the light keeps going in and out. But that's a pretty good representation of the color. Just a gorgeous peachy color. I'll find something to put on that for sure. And I'm anxious to try the Grace Notes. It's Zweigart fabric. It's Zweigart linen, so I'm thrilled about that. Then I have purchased some charts from all over, of course. A couple things from the secondary market, and then a couple of new things. This is Heartstring Samplery, Ye Old Noel. And I do plan, I've mentioned probably in the past, and that I plan on having a Christmas sampler wall along with a red sampler wall that will probably be combined. And I do have a couple of reds done already and a couple of Christmas ones that I'm waiting to accumulate enough of them to try to, set up that wall. And this one I thought was just beautiful colors and the motifs I love. It's not a typical, Christmas with the Christmas tree and all of that. And that's why I love it. It's totally different. So I'm looking forward to stitching that one. Then we have, this is again from Running with Needles and Scissors. I love her things. It's the little acorn buttons, the covered buttons. And I love this because it also came with the floss. And it is Gloriana Silk Autumn Foliage. So I've got the silks for the acorn. And I also bought the little wooden stand. And I'm going to try to get that, out before the autumn's over and I start Christmas decorating. But it's to be stitched on a 32 count Lugana taupe over one, I believe, so that they're that small, but really, really turns out pretty. So I got that one. This one, too, I think was just so cute. I make an entire Thanksgiving dinner for my husband and I and whatever doggies we have at the time. So this was kind of too good to pass up. It's Praise the Lord and Pass the Pie from Sweet Wings Studio. Isn't it cute? With the lace tablecloth, of course, which is stitched, but it looks like it's lace. And then I have, from Great Lakes Needlework, I have the Pass the Pie Sweet Wing Studio floss pack with it. So I'm ready to start this whenever. And I'm hoping as soon as I get, you know, a little bit more done on my regular whips, I'm going to start some of these Thanksgiving ones because time is flying, isn't it? It's already, what, the 10th of October? My goodness. This is just beautiful. Stacy Nash Farm Market Pin Keep. And this is a brand new one. But, of course, it's got the white pumpkin. It's in the house outline. I have to change the doggy to yellow. But I don't think Stacy will mind if I adjust that one little thing. Love that. Love the colors in that. Love that. This I think I bought off the secondary market. Home is where the fabric and floss are. And I doubt that I'll make it into a tray because I wouldn't want to cover it up. But this is something else. I'll either do it on a high count linen to make it smaller, maybe make it a little pin pillow for my stitching room upstairs. Or see if I can maybe even a flat fold it, you know, so I can, anything that's needlework related, you know, stitching is bound for the stitching room. So I thought that was really cute. And then I saw this on the secondary market, and I've seen it before. And it kind of almost makes me cry every time I see it. But I've decided that it's probably something that I should stitch because we've had so many doggies that are our children that we've loved and lost. And this is by Heartstring Samplery, and it's A Dog's Last Will and Testament. And it talks about how, you know, the wonderful life the doggy had, and all that they ask is for you to pass their things on to another doggy, to love and rescue another doggy and give it a life that you gave to them. And it just, it's right up my alley. It's we take care of our doggies the best way we can. They do lead a good life here for as long as we have them, and that just hits home. So have that one. This is another one I'd like to try to do at least one or two of these. When we get to some previous finishes, I want to show, I have several Waxy Moon designs that I've done, but this is Autumn Barn Trio, and this is one of the later ones, one of the newer ones. But, you know, since I'm in Wisconsin, the barn thing is just, and especially, you know, barn quilts are right up my alley. So being a quilter also. So I'd like to at least get one or two of those started. Then I finally purchased this too. I've been looking at this for a while, and decided after listening to Brenda from Brenda and the Serial Starter, she did this one in the, I don't know if she's finished it or not, but anyway, she was doing this in the flower threads, in the Jenny Thompson flower threads. It's a Jane Parson 1841 sampler, and she was saying how much she's enjoying working with the flower threads because it's on 32 count. That's about the smallest you can go with flower threads because it is thicker, you know, than a DMC or a silk. So it's 32 is what they recommend. So it's one thread over one or over two fabric threads. But hers is just, you know, beautiful. And I think I'm ready to, you know, I'm a 40 count girl. That's my sweet spot. But I think the idea of this being an easier piece to see, you know, would suit me better for the winter evenings that are coming up when it's going to be dark at 4:30. And it'd just be an easier stitched at nighttime that, you know, than having all the bright lights, you know, flooding the living room so that I can stitch in there with my husband and watch TV with him in the evenings. That I won't need, you know, all the magnification and all the, you know, said the spotlights. He tells me it's like sitting on a runway, which it is. So that's her. Love that piece. This is, I know, because we couldn't have that one travel by itself, I did have to order another one. And this one is very cool once I read what this was. This is Alice Young Sampler, 1647. And I'm sorry, I didn't even mention that. That's from the Wishing Thorn, and so is this one. And she is, I believe that this is the first woman that was burned at the stake as a witch. Alice Young, 1647. 1647. My goodness. So that's a sampler for her. Then this one I saw, Barefoot Art, or Barefoot Needle Art. It's a cross-stitch Baking Spirits Bright. It's a booklet with all of these charts in there. And my sister, my older sister, is a tremendous baker. So I thought, a couple of these, she always, with her grandkids, she's raising them out when mommy lets them. They come over to grandma's house. They make cookies. So she's passing on her talent to the little ones. It's two girls and a boy. And actually, her grandson is the oldest of the three. And he's the chef in the family. So he enjoys this tremendously, baking with grandma. So I know that there'll be one or two things stitched from there for my sister. This I bought too on the secondary market. I don't remember ever seeing this really. It's by Kathy Barrick, Autumn Pin Drum. Another one, just right up my alley, with October being my favorite month of the year. The colors of autumn here, the pumpkin, I'm a pumpkin spice girl, everything pumpkin. And I keep saying, I want to stitch something that is actually to be a drum that I can finish and for the first time. And I also want to do strawberries. Haven't done those before. And somebody who's sewn, her whole life almost, I think I can handle it. But I've never done one. So I'm excited. I want to, work on something that I've stitched. And just love that. Then I'm also, when these were originally out, I was not a big fan, even though I'm a Santa collector. I was never too much into Prairie Schooler for some reason. I think that to me, I do more of the really intricate Santas that, look, their faces are real looking and they're like portraits rather than these. But then again, I also was not decorating a tree with cross-stitch ornaments. And now that I am doing that for the last many, many years and, stitching ornaments every year, these are appealing to me more and more all the time. So I found these on the secondary market, probably stash unload. And it's the two Prairie Schoolers. One's number 195 and one's 207. But this one, of course, Santa's a quilter on here. And the one with the animals, just the cutest thing. Now, I'm not a gardener, but I even like that one, the summer one. And then this one, of course, he's got the cross-stitch fire screen. I love this one with the stockings. And, the bottom one, he's holding the globe. Just beautiful. And those are little quickie things, too. Evening-wise, it's a lot of fill-in. So that'll be easy for nighttime in Wisconsin stitching. Then I got a couple of blackbirds that I didn't have, believe it or not. I don't buy all the blackbirds. Well, sometimes I run a little bit amiss with that, and I have to catch up. I think it's just, it depends on how many things come out at once, and if I know the blackbirds, at least for, time, will be available. So I usually don't rush to get those if there's exclusives out or whatever that I just have to have. Those come first. But I'm also now kind of trying to look for something that I can stitch in memory of Sal. And it has to be, meaningful to my husband. I don't want it to be one of the real girly things, but I think if he sees what these are, anyway, I've been looking a lot of the blackbirds and hoping I can find something to stitch for Sal and for my husband. So this is Lydia, is it Cohagen? And this hasn't been out too long, I don't think. But for some reason, I didn't get it when it came out. This is, let's see if I see a date on here. Oh, of course not. Of course, I'm probably looking right at it, and no, I don't see it. But anyway, I don't think that one's too old. Beautiful, though. Just beautiful colors. Love the motifs on that, flower motifs. And then I found this one on the secondary market, too. And I can't remember ever seeing this. But I loved it when I saw it. It's American Star. And I don't think that this was a part of a series or anything. It doesn't say that it was. But I just loved it. And I don't remember seeing it before. And of course, look at their beautiful fabric print on the back. How could I turn that down? So I got that one. This was, I joined the Country Sampler, Sampler Girl, I'm sorry, it's Threads of History Club. And this was the first one that came for this year. It's a chart by Running with Needles and Scissors. You see kind of a repetition here with her beautiful charts. This is Milady's Counting Conundrum. And there's the sampler there. Now this is, you know, an exclusive for Country Sampler for this club for the year. And, you know, her beautiful packaging. This is 40 count. Let's see. Well, it says it was heirloom by Needlebling Design. So that was on 36 count. So I assume the 40 is probably the same thing. I don't remember if I just wanted 40 count. So isn't that beautiful? Look at those. Those luscious colors. It's all over dyed cottons. Just beautiful. So I'm looking forward to that. That might be more of an over the winter project. You know, once my Christmas stitching and all that is done, I think that that's one, you know, that might be where that one comes in. Because right now, you know, the holiday thing has got me between Halloween, Thanksgiving, and Christmas. Yep, some of these things are going to have to wait. This is another one I wanted to try to get done. If you have seen the last episode of Colorado Cross Stitch, Flosstube, it was just within the last week or so, I think, she released it. She showed this that she had stitched. It's Autumn Quaker by Primrose Cottage. And that last video that I'm referring to, she did a wonderful presentation on changing color and how you determine warm and cold colors and how they, you know, blend, how, you know, when you're picking a change in colors, what to, you know, try to put together. And just, she's so knowledgeable, and she just, you know, it so clearly explains everything. It was just a wonderful floss tube. And what I'm getting at is she did stitch this one in different colors. So it's worth watching, you know, Colorado Cross Stitch last video, because it was just wonderful in her color explanation. Now, I am one that very seldom changes color. And it kind of scares me, I guess, is what it comes down to. I always think that whatever I pick just kind of stands out like a sore thumb for some reason. So I'm hoping that with her knowledge, and I am going to watch that video again and again until it sinks in, that I'll feel more comfortable in making some color changes myself. But I have to be able to do that. Just have to be able to. Then I got this one. This is another one I don't remember seeing. It's a Plum Street Goodness and Plenty. And this one's from, let's see, we have a date on this one. Nope, I guess I don't. I don't think it's a brand new one. It's just something I never saw. And the Blackbird, you know, he just drew me in right away. All of them, actually. The Goodness and Plenty with all the blackbirds, the one in the front. And then, of course, the sampler one in the back. Love that. Love, love, love. Love that. Love that. And then there's this new one, too, that is Autumn Splendor by Brenda Gervais with Thy Needle and Thread. And this intrigued me, too, with the delicacy of this. Just so pretty. It's just so detailed and so delicate. The bird even has a pretty little ribbon on its neck. So that's so me. That's so girl. Love that one. Just love that one. And then another Prairie Schooler I came across And I think I got this one also at Colorado Cross Stitch. So this one must be more, this is either the reprint, yeah, it's from 2008, and it's just a paper copy. So it's reprint of the original that was on the cardstock. But it's the Santas and snowmen. And again, for my ornaments, I just think those are the cutest little things. Love this Santa with the reindeer. So that was all from Colorado Cross Stitch, which is one of my favorite stores to order from online. I think that's it for my haul, which seemed a lot more than it actually was. It wasn't that much. Since it comes in little piles, you hardly even notice it. You have to, my husband keeps wondering what all these packages are, but then again, he knows. I don't have to surprise him. The next thing I have before we get to my off the wall and my previous finishes is I got my very first Happy Mail. And this was from a lady that watches the Flosstubes. And I did not ask permission, but I don't believe that there will be an issue. I hope there isn't. She's on Instagram as Stitching Owl, and her name is Karen Rowell. She sent me this beautiful card, thinking of you. And it says, the Stitching Owl is thankful for all the friends made through Flosstube. I really enjoy your videos and hope my small ornament will bring a smile to your face. It did a lot more than bring a smile to my face, Karen. I was in tears. First of all, I love owls. My husband and I both love owls. And she stitched this for me, this little ornament. The cutest little owl, the most beautiful finishing. She finished this on a little board or mat board with a beautiful reproduction fabric on the back. Her hand blanket stitching in pearl cotton to finish it off, along with the little beaded hanger. I just love this. And I almost forgot to bring it downstairs because it's hanging in my stitching room, right by where I stitch. And this was so uncalled for, but so appreciated. Oh my gosh, I know how much my stitching means to me when I finish something, and I only give my stitching to people I know will appreciate it. And you have no idea, Karen, how much I appreciate this. And I can feel the love that went into it. I only wish that you were closer. Karen lives in Canada, because I know we'd be buddies. I have checked out all of your beautiful pictures on Instagram, and I just know we'd be pals. But thank you from the bottom of my heart. I love it. I love it. I absolutely love it. Thank you so much. And he's going to go right back up in my stitching room so I can see him when I'm stitching up there. Thank you so much. That was so sweet, so kind of you. Oh, okay. I think what I'm going to do is pause this recording for a moment and kind of move this stuff off because I have several large frame pieces I wanted to show you, and a lot of finished my little pin pillows and stuff. So if I can clear off my table here, and I'll be right back with you, and we'll do my past finishes. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back, and I had a little sip of my coffee, so I'm doing really well. I guess I'll show you my fall ones first, and then I have a stack of Halloween. I have a lot of Halloween that I'll show you. You have to realize now that these have been made over the last many years, and again, I wasn't really good on keeping patterns or keeping track of what something was stitched on, other than the fact that I can tell you the majority of these are stitched on 40 count. That's been my sweet spot for many years. So other than that, linen or what the patterns are, there's a few I can tell you, but most of them I don't know. I'm sorry. I apologize for that. But these are past finishes, so these do go back a ways. As I said, we'll start off with the fall. I'll start with the littlest one first. I don't even know who did this. This looks to me like something from, I can't even think of the company. I'm no help whatsoever. But it's just little squirrels. Those little squirrels. I think he's precious. Then we have a fallen leaf is summer's wave goodbye. And this is either a Lizzie Kate or, something something similar. And just finished on the back. Autumn by, now we know that this one is Waxing the Moon. And I don't know if this was from, it must have been an autumn piece. I don't think that this was from the Halloween one, but it is strictly autumn. She's got a little pumpkin down there. But the details on these are just so precious. Look at the falling leaves and the beautiful colors. They have variegated floss on the trees. And then I tried to pick up the same colors in the fabric on the back. Then we have Hello Fall. And this might be, I don't think this is Lila's Studio. Maybe With Thy Needle and Thread. Could be. I'm sorry, my doggy fur is on here. 1 second. Hold, please. Okay. Hello Fall. What do you think, guys? Is that maybe a Plum Street or Heartstring? No. Could be a Plum Street. But again, the colors, the floss colors in these are just beautiful. You can tell I use a lot of the same fabric for my finishings here, because anything that reminded me of the fall colors I used. This I know is a With Thy Needle and Thread. I don't know what the name of it is. Thanks for Thy Bounty. Maybe that's what it's called. This is With Thy Needle and Thread. Loved stitching this piece. I remember how I just, couldn't put her down. Floss colors are gorgeous. And the majority of these are stitched with called for fibers, because it's that I'm not comfortable. I haven't been comfortable, especially years ago, in changing color. It even never dawned on me that you'd be changing the designer's colors. I just thought never entered my mind. And if I didn't have a floss, I wouldn't, that was called for, I'd wait until I found it. Rather than even substituting one or two, because it just never seemed to work for me. I felt I could always tell that it was like a glaring, wrong color when I picked something out and changed it. So it's probably all in my head, but regardless, I just stopped doing it. Now these are the Halloween ones, and I've got a couple here that are Waxing the Moon again. I can see I'm proud of myself. I can tell you what these are. And this one says Treats on the side. And again, with those beautiful color, that beautiful floss, whatever color that is. I'd love to find it again. I'm sure it's in my stash. But off the top of my head, I don't know what the color is. It's just, to use that for these fall trees, it is perfect. Just perfect coloring. So there's that one. Then we have these two crack me up, because these have the little ghosties. Oh, this one, I'm sorry. So with her detail, I just get the biggest kick out of this. Look at the little ghosty looking around the side of the building. Then there's this one. That was Treats. This is Tricks. And this one's got the little ghosty looking out the upstairs window. Just see, the color is washing out on this one. It's a real pretty orange fabric, orange linen. And this one is part of that same chart. I believe that's the Halloween. And this one, the smoke coming out of the chimney, is the ghosty. Aren't those just like the greatest? Just love these. I love working on these. There's a lot of detail on them. They're just, they're so cute. Okay, let's get to some scary ones. This is King of Halloween. I don't know who this is by, But I put this really ratty looking trim on it because he looks scary. He's got a little crown on his head, if you can see it. Yeah, there you go. And if he wants to be the king of Halloween, you go right ahead, bird. He's cool. Then we have, oh, this one I remember stitching this one too. This one was done on black, which is why I remember it, because it was a real booger to stitch. I think that this one is on 46 count. And it's the gravestone. I don't know who this is by. The three tombstones, the first one is Lucy Odell. She saw too much. The middle one is Cornelius. Did hear too much. And then the last one is Elise, I believe. Abel held not his tongue. That's the three tombstones. With little black polka dot fabric. Isn't that sweet? But yeah, I remember I thought I was crazy. Actually, this is probably the only piece, a little scrap of linen I had that was black at the time, and it was 46 count. My eyes have kind of almost, given up on 46 count, but that turned out so cool. Is this Needlework Press that does the clocks? The Halloween time? And of course, I stitched this on the wrong count, whatever it was supposed to be, so it didn't fit on the clock. So I just made it a little pillow. And it's got the great Halloween fabric on the back. Then this is really an old one. This is one of the little kits. Trick or Treat. It's got something stuck on the back. But it's real cute. You just, it's one of the little pillows. And it's a raw piece of linen, and you just stitch it and tuck it in there. I love those kind of finishes. That stuff I can do. I find time to do those. This one doesn't ring a bell either, but I love it. Nevermore with the crow. Isn't that great? And I thought that fabric too was perfect to finish this. That's why it's around the front too, because it had to show. It matches his wing, and just love that one. Wish I could remember who these were by and give them credit, but this little one, I want to say that this is with Thy Needle and Thread. It could be Boo to You. That's the piece of candy corn. And of course she's got, oops, so little. She's got candy corn fabric on the back. And I happen to be one of those weirdos that loves candy corn. I'm sorry, I do. Isn't that cute? Look at her. She's got her broom and her little pumpkin, and she's on the road. Very, very cute. And this is the last one of the little pillows. This is my other tombstones. Remember me as you pass by. As you are now, so once was I. As I am now, so you will be. Prepare for death and follow me. And it's got a little spider charm on it. And I was kind of hoping that that was scary fabric. I'm not sure if it really scares anyone, but in fact, I think it even is that glow-in-the-dark stuff. Oh, ooh. Yeah, it looks like, the printing on here is like that greenish tint, so he must be it's been so long I don't ever remember, but must be the glow-in-the-dark stuff. Cute, cute, cute. Okay, that's the pillows. Now I have to shove all these over to this side because the other pieces are the off the walls. These are my frame pieces. Let me move these out of the way here. Oh, please. Okay. Well, these are on the floor, so bear with me. I have to get them. Again, remembering who these are by or what these are, unless there's a note on the back, which there isn't on this one. Oh, how are we going to do this without the glitter? No, that's kind of good. I don't know, are these birds of a feather or the ones that are the really spooky? Let's see. Lost spirits do not embody me. On this night, All Hallows Eve. In 2001, this was stitched. But this pumpkin girl, is just She's just great. Look at the cat. Love this, love this. Overdyed, beautiful overdyed cottons. I don't think I was even stitching in silk back then, so that's the one. And you can tell it's old because it's framed with the mats. But it looks so pretty. There's that one. I'm going to try to put these on this side so I can get to the others. Okay, this next one is just a little one, and I don't remember who this is by either. I don't know if it's on here. Let's see. It's a pumpkin sampler by Window Garden Designs. There you go. It was stitched in 1999. Very appropriate for a sampler stitcher. And I love the frame on this one. Now, see, if I was having this frame now, I'd have it done a lot closer. I guess I was used to having matting, and I'd probably move that in quite a bit. But I do love the frame on this one. That's my pumpkin sampler by Window Garden Designs. That name doesn't sound familiar. I'm not sure if they are still doing charts or not. This one is Halloween House Sampler, and this is by the Drawn Thread, also in 1999. Oh, we got quite a bit of glare on here from my windows. Let's see. This has got ghosties in the windows, too. The kids trick-or-treating. Love the colors. This is all overdyed also. Really cute pumpkins by the front door. Great choice in frames. It is an orange frame with the matting. I like matting. You know, if it's not a sampler, a true like reproduction sampler, that was nearly never framed with matting. A regular piece, I still like, you know, how the matting will bring the piece out. Well, we moved up to 2000 on this one. This is by You and I and Friends, and it's Autumn Leaf. And this has got the basket weave satin stitching in here. And the roof, I think, is, yeah, roof is a straight satin stitch, rows of satin stitch. And the beautiful floss, it's all done in variegated cottons. The beautiful, picking up my windows here. There we go. That's not too bad. The acorn's a little bird. You and I and, excuse me, You and I and Friends, I know, is no longer designing. You can pick up a lot of their things on the secondary market. But just beautiful. Great pieces. Just great pieces. And then, this is my absolute favorite. Excuse me. I'm getting a tickle in my throat. This is from 2000. And Remember Me on Halloween, Birds of a Feather. So that's what the first one was. It was Birds of a Feather. This is my absolute favorite Halloween piece. Let's see if I can tell you what it says here. When I am dead and buried, and all my bones are rotten, when this you see, remember me, lest I should be forgotten. And I've got my name and Halloween 1999 stitched on there. It's all over dyed cottons. The skeleton on the in the coffin has got the snakes crawling all over them and rats. Just a great piece that, you know, is supposed to be horribly scary. But let's see if I can lose my my shine from my windows. There we go. And those little houses and all the different colors. I just absolutely love this piece. This is going to have to come out and temporarily hang somewhere that I could put a nail in the wall here. So that's it. Those are all of my, I shouldn't say all, those are some of my former finishes. for Halloween and fall. Those are the few that were readily available that I could get my hands on and bring out. So I think that that's really all I wanted to share today. Looks like I've covered everything. I've moved everything out of the way, so I think that's it. Just a quick note on stitching bunny bags. I am accumulating stock, so I'm hoping that I'm not sure how the days fall, Halloween and the 1st of November. Usually I do the sales on the 1st of the month, and I have been remiss since moving. I didn't realize how much the move would take out of me and my husband, and I just haven't. It took me time to set up the quilt studio down here, which I have finally, and I love it. It's my little home away from home, which is my home away is my stitching studio, which is right upstairs from this room. So that's my stitching room, and this is my quilt room. That is my love. So I have it set up now. I have kind of gotten over having 1 or 2 boxes left to unpack, and I'll get to them. But right now I think I have started accumulating my project rolls for this month's sale. It will either be on Halloween, because of the fact that 31st is the day I started the business, so it'll be my year anniversary, or if that falls like on a strange day, of the week, or I think it might be better to hold off until November 1st, since the 31st is usually, a busy day with trick-or-treaters and parties and that type of thing. So I'll have to see. That will be announced in the coming weeks. But I do definitely plan on having a sale this week. We're getting Stitching Bunny Bags back up and running. There's a couple of new things I'm trying to get introduced to the line. But until I have a nice stockpile of my project rolls, I don't have a lot of time to spend on tweaking the new project. So we'll see how that goes. I'll definitely have as many project rolls as I can get done in the month, and some project bags that I should have also. And the new things, we'll just have to see. That might have to wait until the next month or two, or even until after the 1st of the year. There'll be more or less things for quilt retreats, so I'd like to get them done and out to my viewers and the kind, wonderful people who have purchased things from me. But we'll just have to take that day by day and see how that works out, how much I can get accomplished, and keep you updated on that. Other than that, I'd like to thank each and every one of you for spending some of your precious time with me today to sit and watch my video. Each and every one of you means so much to me. Just with comments and us conversing back and forth, I've made so many new friends. I love it. That's, that sitting down and doing one of these is kind of nerve-wracking in a way, just to, gather things together that I put aside from the last time I videoed. And so now it all has to be sorted back and put back in spots. But that's neither here or there. I love cross-stitch. I love showing what I've done. I love seeing what other people have done. I love your suggestions for things I should do. One thing I did notice is that the finishing on a lot of the pillows that people are showing have either left like they're opening in the bottom and then stitched it up, or totally sewed the piece together but then cut the back fabric with a raw edge and fill it and stitch it up and then put something over it to cover that. The way I like to do it is what I'd like to do, what I'm getting at is I'd like to maybe spend maybe some time on the next video showing you how I finish mine. You can hardly see the, finish. I could put something over, what I've stitched here, but if you ladder stitch this closed, it's folded seams in here that, you're stitching, you're not stitching raw edge fabric. It works really well. And just, to give you a quick idea of how I fix things, I've been sewing for so many years that it's a way I found that works the best for me. And, if anybody's interested, drop me a comment, say, yeah, please, would you show us, or no, I can handle this on my own. I don't need to see another video for finishing, whatever. And then I won't bother to take the time out of the regular Flosstubes. But again, thank you for watching. If you're new, thanks for stopping by and spending your time. If you're returning and you're used to, this rambling silliness, thank you for coming back. And whatever I can do to make your stitching more pleasant, anything you'd like to see me do on the videos, any suggestions are helpful. I'm here to, show you my love in my many, 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 many years of stitching. Is that I know that it's over 50. I'm not exactly sure what the date was of my first piece, but it's over 50 years that I've been cross stitching. So, taken numerous classes from many very talented stitchers, and so it's all accumulated knowledge, and it's, I'm certainly not an expert on anything, but I love talking about it. So, if there's something I can answer for you, I'd be happy to, as long as it's not, gee, whose chart is that from 20 years ago? Because I won't remember. I won't remember. I barely remember what I've, been stitching the last couple of days. The memory is the first thing that goes, at my age. But so whatever I can do to enhance your stitching, enhance your enjoyment of stitching, enhance your enjoyment of Flosstube. There's so many, just so many. I've started making a list of some of the Flosstubers that I want to do a shout out to. Unfortunately, it's upstairs, and I neglected to bring that down here with me, and I didn't want to take time and go back up and get it. So we'll do that next time. I do have my list, and there's several, both older Flosstubes that have, many, or new ones that just have one or two, or, a handful, that I think are just fabulous. So, and again, I always welcome recommendations from you, because there's so many new Flosstubers all the time, and I love it. I love, everybody has their own opinions, has their own loves of what they love to stitch. I myself am 90%, sampler, reproduction, sampler lover. But the other 10% I can squeeze in quite a few other things that I love to stitch. I've been retired for over 20 years. You think I'd, have all the time in the world, but I don't. My days are shorter now because, you need a nap in the middle of the day. So that cuts out a little bit of stitching time from what I used to have. But I still manage to get in as much time as possible. So until next time, if you liked what you saw today, please consider subscribing. Ring the bell so that you're notified whenever I get around to downloading a new video. You'll be notified, and like and share if you would. That we all do that for each other on Flosstube. I'd truly appreciate it. I think I'm a little over 4,000 subscribers, which just blows my mind. But so if you'd like to be a subscriber, I just would more than welcome you into the fold. And I think that's it. So until next time, be safe, be healthy, and remember, stitch every day. Love you guys, every one of you. Take care. See you next time.